Hey guys, it's Tyler, and we're back with another episode of Thank God It's Happy Hour. This week we're tackling another one of the Prohibition greats, the sidecar. So let's get into it. So like most cocktails that appeared around Prohibition, the origins of the sidecar are pretty murky. We know that it likely sort of appeared around World War I, either in England or France, and it could have been from one of the names that I'm sure you guys recognize, like Robert Vermeer, but we're just not sure. While we may not know the origins of the drink very well, we do know that it's a very nice, easy, and refreshing cocktail to put together, so let's go ahead and whip one up. To mix this guy together, you're going to need cognac, an orange liqueur, we're going to use Cointreau, and lemon, so it's a pretty easy ingredients list to put together. The first thing that we're going to do, and this is sort of an optional step, is to rim our glass with sugar. So the first thing that we're going to need is just a little bit of lime, or a little bit of lemon. I like to call it just the cheek of the lemon. And we're basically just going to rub down a section of the glass, and then rub it through our sugar mixture here. And I like to do it sort of this way, where roughly half of the drink is uncovered and roughly half is covered, because then you can rotate it and get the drink with sugar and without and compare the two if you don't like one or the other. And then we're just going to build this guy in our shaker. So, like a lot of drinks, we're going to start with our citrus. And we're looking for about 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Perfect. Toss that guy in our shaker. And then we'll follow up with our Cointreau, another 3/4 ounce. And then finally our cognac. For this one, we're going to use our classic Standby Doucet. And this is a full 1.5 ounce pour. And there we go. We're just going to shake this guy up with ice and strain it into our glass. Okay. And once we're nice and chilled down, we're just going to strain this guy into our prepared sugared glass. And there you go, the classic sidecar. Let's give this guy a taste. I'm going to try it without sugar first and then do the sugar side. So right off the top, it honestly smells like a baked good, sort of with lemon. So the cognac, and I think some of the sweeter notes from the Cointreau give it that sort of sweet, sort of biscuity kind of aroma. And then the lemon's really nice and fresh. Ooh. Oh, interesting. It's certainly sharper and more tart than I would have actually initially anticipated. It's still definitely not like sour or grating in any way, but it's definitely unanticipated how citrusy, I guess, the drink really is. It's nice. It's very simple. I imagine that this would be a nice drink to sort of have in your repertoire to like make at home. It's really easy to put together. The flavor is very approachable. It's nice and balanced. It's, again, not on the sweet side of the spectrum, which, you know, with sugar and the Cointreau, I was maybe anticipating, but it's nice. And let's try the sugar side. It doesn't make it sweet. I would anticipate that like putting your mouth on sugar and like getting a bunch of it with the drink as you drink it would really bring out like sweetness, but it doesn't. If anything, it just sort of builds out the flavors that the drink already sort of has. Yeah, so nice, really like nice, bright, fresh, really vibrant lemon is like really one of the flavors that comes across like regardless of how you drink it, with sugar or without. You get the Cointreau, but it's very sort of middle ground subtle, and then the cognac kind of just blends into the background. It gives some proofiness to the drink, and again, like it, I think builds that sort of biscuity, baked good kind of flavor and aroma, but yeah, really subtle, really nicely put together, and fresh. That's really like the adjective that comes across primarily, and which is interesting because, you know, I guess we added a fair amount of lemon juice, but the other ingredients are definitely not what I would characterize as being like necessarily fresh. Like Cointreau can be very quite sweet, which I find like dulls the more dynamic notes that you get from orange. And cognac is, you know, the epitome of aged, smooth, not fresh sort of spirits. Not to say that they're bad, but they're definitely not that freshness. So it's really interesting that this cocktail, as it's put together, really comes across as very like fresh and quaffable. Like it's a spring cocktail, and I wouldn't have necessarily placed it there, looking at the ingredients at least. Yeah, really enjoyable, nicely balanced. It's a great one. Honestly, like I can see why people are still drinking this 100 plus years after it's been put together. So there you go, the Venerable Sidecar. It's venerable. It's like, I think it's technically correct, but I don't think it makes sense.
Accorded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, or character.
Oh,
No,
so I
you nailed it.
So there you go, the Venerable Sidecar. I mean, it's a classic for a reason, and I can definitely see why a broad swath of different tastes really like appreciate this drink. So if you like this sort of thing, you know, these Prohibition era cocktails and some of the more classic options, be sure to give us a like, comment, and subscribe, and otherwise we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.